Finally, the lost tomb of Dreltor.
In a dark and decrepit tomb which lay far to the east, a man was clad in simple dark robes. His face was forlorn and weary from many nights of travel. His face showed excitement, for he had now arrived at the very place he had been searching for many moons.
The soul of Dreltor will be mine,
The man uttered in a harsh whisper. He began making his way down a corridor which was dimly lit, carrying a torch that shone upon it. He stared at the intricate runes that were engraved into the walls. Their nature was ancient and a mystery, running his hands along the markings and studying them in depth. After a little while, he concluded that more time was needed to study them. Time he did not have. After what seemed like an age, he stood at the foot of a long, sturdy wooden bridge that seemed to disappear in the distance in the mist. An endless chasm lay beneath his feet, a ceiling that stretched far above.
I wonder where that foul demon is.
He muttered to himself.
There's only one way on.
His eyes gazed upon the bridge, taking a careful step forward and inspecting the stability of the bridge. He was satisfied that he wouldn't fall to his untimely death. And so it began, his journey across the bridge of Dreltor. Many tales spoke of this legendary passage, where one must walk where most dare not, for ones who lack courage will fall to endless depths. Only the strong may find Dreltor the unspeakable. Soon after walking, the way behind disappeared into the foggy mist. The mist shrouded him and obscured his vision. His torch had burnt out relatively quickly. He discarded the torch over the edge. Time seemed to pause, or maybe it was the mist.
Damn this accursed bridge. I feel fatigue.
Slowly but surely, the robed man increasingly began to feel weary and dazed. His thoughts became twisted and irregular. A normal man would think of his day or week. His thoughts were of something unusual. One thought would be of burning cities and screaming people. The next would be of a child shivering in the cold mountains. Each thought came and went like rapid fire. His arms and feet began to feel like heavy iron.
I must stay focused. Remember why you're here, Zakir. Remember the laughs of those who doubted you.
It started to become unbearable, and after what seemed like countless hours, the mist finally dissipated. His vision was no longer obscured, and the end of the bridge was up ahead. After taking a few steps forward, his eyes widened. For what he saw next, the tales did not speak of. There upon a throne, a tall, winged, humanoid-looking creature sat. Its amethyst-looking eyes peered down towards the young man, and it spoke in a dark voice.
A mortal man has finally come forward before me. Tell me, young mortal, what do you seek from old Dreltor?
Its voice could even reach Zakir from that distance. He took some steps forward until he could converse with the demon.
I am Zakir, and I seek your soul,
said the robed man defiantly. After his words left his lips, laughter erupted from the demon.
You're the one who's going to claim my soul. Many have tried and have failed. Look where their souls now lie.
The demon lifted his finger and pointed towards several bookshelves. The demon further explained.
You see, each page contains one soul. Each book contains hundreds. Do you see how many books are in each bookshelf?
Another laughter came forth.
Enough talk, demon. You will face my wrath.
No, it is you who will face my wrath.
And with that, The foul demon with surprising agility sprang off the throne and flew towards the young man. The echoes of all the claimed souls rang in his ears, but he did not care and stood his ground. The demon fired off a grasping demonic hand that sought to hold him still. With blinding speed, Zakir engulfed himself with a shield that gave off a brilliant sparkling light. The demon's face twisted in rage. He sent forth a powerful streak of lightning that aimed to strike the heart of Zakir. Again, the spell failed for it met a protective glow that surrounded the mage. With ferocity, Zakir fired back a bolt of fire that struck the demon hard. It sent the winged creature tumbling back in surprise.
Foolish mortal, do you think that will be enough? Now prepare for damnation.
Around the demon, spirits began to form, and suddenly, magical bolts that shone colours of purple and blue were sent forth towards the young mage. Zakir had anticipated this, for he had studied the demon and its magics. He summoned a protective shield that surrounded him with many yellow sparkles. The magical bolts simply disappeared upon impact. The demon's face was now filled with fear, and so he flew up in the air and landed on the bridge behind him.
You're not claiming my soul, mortal.
And he let out a sinister laugh. The demon started to run. Zakir glared at the demon and said,
"You're not going anywhere."
and proceeded to cast forth a hellish bolt that ensnared the demon and stopped it in its tracks. The demon's face was filled with fear, and he roared out,
No!
since he saw what was coming next. Zakir's hands began to wave frantically, and his eyes glared. A blue and purple incantation came forth, and then struck the demon with a fatal blow. Its scream was piercing, and then suddenly its corpse collapsed upon the bridge. Then the echoes of the claimed souls were released, and swirled around the demon until all was quiet. Soon after, the corpse disappeared, and Zakir's face was in ecstasy. He simply uttered the words,
His soul is mine.